Hello, welcome to our podcast on applications and universities. So, in today's video, we will talk about the Ivy League. Okay, my name is Ashutosh, and with me, Mr. Niladri Bhattacharya, who is the admission head, is with us. I'll ask some questions to him, and he will be able to answer all the questions. So, the first question, sir, is what is Ivy League?
Thanks Ashutosh for asking that question, because this is the question which is coming to the students' mind very often. So Ivy League University are the group of 8 universities which are in the northeastern side of the USA.
Okay.
And if we talk about the historically, they were established before the US independence.
All right.
And you will be surprised to know that universities like MIT, Caltech are not a part of the Ivy League.
Okay, all right. So if anyone is interested in applying in Ivy League, so firstly they would like to know what exactly are the Ivy League schools looking for in the applicants?
Yeah. So Ivy League universities are looking at a very comprehensive approach when looking at the student profile.
Mm-hmm.
They are looking at academically good students, of course. All the students who are getting into those universities are academically excellent.
Mm-hmm.
They are also looking at the extracurricular activity and the character of the student. They value leadership, they value the community services, they value anything which is beyond academic, along with the good academic score.
Okay, all right. Sir, as we know that for any university admissions, we also need the standardized test like SAT, ACT and all. So how important it is for the Ivy League universities?
It's very important. It's not only about the SAT and ACT as you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
For any international students, TOEFL or IELTS is equally important.
Okay.
Because TOEFL and IELTS have a very threshold marks below which if you are getting, then you are not eligible for the evaluation.
All right. Okay.
But as I'm saying, SAT, ACT is not the whole and soul.
Mm-hmm.
They are weighing a lot of important factor, but it's not the whole and soul. University is looking at a student very holistic point of view, and SAT and ACT is just one of the parameters.
Okay, all right, great. So, we also know that in applications we write the essays, right? So, what should be included in the personal essay that I have to write for the Ivy League admissions?
The one-liner would be show your uniqueness, show what you have achieved, show what are the obstacles you have faced, and how you overcome that.
All right, okay. So you also mentioned that there are extracurricular activities that I should participate in. So what are those activities that I should target and that I should participate in if I am planning to apply in the Ivy League?
Again, my answer would be the quality is more important than the quantity.
Okay.
So if you are doing extracurricular activity, get involved in the activity which is basically triggering your thought for a better understanding.
Okay.
Get involved in something which is motivating you as a better human being, but do something which is substantial in nature. Rather than doing the piano touch on every activity, do something which is more important and do a deep dive on that.
Okay, all right. So if I want my application to stand out from the crowd, right? So what I should do to make sure that my application stands out from the crowd?
So when we look at the application uniqueness, the recommendation from the teachers is very important, as well as the counselor. The GPA is very important.
Right.
The kind of uniqueness, as I mentioned earlier, the kind of extracurricular activity you are doing is going to play a very important role. And the most important thing is that whatever you have done, how you are highlighting those achievements and your struggle through the essay and SOP make a very important role in terms of evaluation of the application.
So basically you are saying that recommendation letters are most important here.
Recommendation, SOP, essays, academic as well as the test score.
Okay, all right. So if I go further and ask you about the two things that originally we heard, early decision, early action, right? Generally applicable in the admissions process. So what exactly is this early decision, early action when I should apply?
Okay. So generally what happens in most of the Ivy League university, November 1 is the deadline, which is EA or ED as we say. Early decision is binding. For example, I am applying to 5 universities and I cannot apply to more than 1 university as a part of my early decision. So the moment I get the offer from early decision, I have to withdraw all other applications.
All right.
It's a legally binding. For early action, there is no binding.
Okay.
And definitely regular decision, you are in the pool of competition and you can secure your seat accordingly.
Okay. All right. So, in case if a student is having some gap years, how do Ivy League schools do at the gap years?
It's very common, especially for the Western countries and Western society, to have a gap year.
Okay.
Provided, if even in the Indian context, you can have a gap year, but you have to spend those gap years in a productive way, and you have to justify
So,
those things.
if I have a gap year, it will not affect if I have justified that, like I have done.
Yeah. It should be.
productive, right?
It should be done. You cannot say that I haven't done anything.
Right.
Even if you're venturing out and explore the multiple countries, that's also a productive way of spending the gap year.
Okay. See, the important part whenever we apply to any university or during the application process is the financial aid, right?
Right.
So, what are the options available for the financial aids if I am applying to the Ivy schools?
Absolutely good question. I was about to answer that with a very keen interest, because when we look at the Ivy League, in other way, this is the immense competition to get the best talents among the globe.
Right.
And they don't want to lose any good talent which is fitting into their requirement.
Correct.
Right? So Ivy League universities are open to offer scholarships / financial aid based on your demonstrated need.
Okay.
So that the financial burden should not be a factor in achieving and getting into a Ivy League university for further education.
Okay. All right. One last question that I have here is, can I transfer to an Ivy League school?
Yes, technically it's possible, but again, as I'm saying, they are very much conscious about the quality of student they are getting into. So whether it's a regular admission or a transfer admission, you have to be a student who stand out among the crowd.
All right. Okay, sir. So thank you so much for answering all the questions that I have. Thank you for watching this podcast on Ivy League. We will also talk about the individual university requirements in the coming videos. Thank you.